Hey you, it's been a while since we last talked. You can tell because of the long hair. God, I'm such a brilliant visual storyteller. Anyways, it's been a pretty busy summer for me, but honestly, I haven't made videos in a while because I got pretty demotivated. But now that the semester's picked up again, and I'm learning a lot of new math, I've been motivated to try and pick up and make videos a little bit more regularly again. So without further ado, let's get into the updates. So first of all, at the end of August, I attended a summer school in Antwerp in Belgium called ALGAR. The summer school was 5 days. I went with my girlfriend for 10 days. We had a great time. We did a lot of touristy stuff, both in Brussels and in Antwerp. I had one of the best culinary experiences of my life in a restaurant, in a vegan Michelin star restaurant in Brussels called Hummus Ex Hortense. I'm not sure how you pronounce that because I'm not 100% sure what language that is supposed to be in, but amazing restaurant. Besides that, the math was also pretty good. The main theme of the summer school was the Brauer group in algebraic geometry and arithmetic, so in number theory and algebraic geometry. And we had 4 mini courses plus 2 extra special lectures from previous attendees of the summer school. It was great fun, had a lot of nice social events as well, a lot of very, very interesting stuff, learned a lot of new things, and got right back into the start of the new semester. So now that the school year started, what am I doing? So first of all, I'm taking a few courses. So I'm taking a course in algebraic geometry, mostly because I need 3 credits. I need to be fully enrolled to be eligible for my stipend, basically. I need to be a full-time student, so 3 courses. Besides that, I'm taking a topics course in algebra, which is about algebras with involution broadly. We've been doing a lot of stuff with quadratic forms and Clifford theory. And the third one is a reading course in ATAL cohomology. So I'm reading from Introduction to ATAL cohomology by Günther Tammer. It's a pretty concise book. There's a few things that aren't exactly explained, but it's a pretty great introduction. And it really gets you into the swing of things very, very quickly. So I've been doing that. In terms of the oral exam, things that I learned in the summer school, a lot of them actually helped me with all of the stuff for the oral exam. I'm pretty much ready for my major. What I'm waiting for now is to finalize my topic for my minor, which I'm going to be doing on non-commutative geometry, and set a date. So there was a little bit of confusion where I thought I could do my minor as a master's thesis, so as a write-up, but my committee member actually wants me to do it as an oral exam. So now I need to prepare a syllabus and start practicing for that as well. So that's going to delay my plans, which I plan to do the oral exam at the beginning of the semester, or at least around October. Now it's going to be around the end of October, maybe around the end of the semester, but I'm not going to be pushing it into the next semester. So that's in terms of the oral exam. For the minor, I'm looking at a few different avenues in non-commutative algebraic geometry. I'm looking at projective non-commutative geometry, maybe the theorem of Artin-Tate-Vandenberg, which I've talked about before. I've been looking into what's called the Rosenberg spectrum, which is a little bit more of a topological framework, which works directly with abelian categories to formalize non-commutative geometry, but unfortunately, I haven't seen many tangible results there. This is also related to my research, where I'm trying to generalize some results in patching to the non-commutative setting. So I'm kind of trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Besides that, this semester I'm also TAing. So I'm TAing for a course called Proving Things Analysis. It's basically your first proof-based course. We're trying to be very gentle, doing some introductory real analysis. We mostly talked about proof techniques and set theory and cardinality and things like that until now. Now we're getting into sequences, and after that we're going to be talking about functions and continuity. It's a fairly small class, so it's nice. It's fairly intimate. The students engage a lot with me. The recitations are mostly me giving them problems, and then either one of them presenting on the board and me giving corrections, or us solving the problem together. So it's very interactive. Small groups, so all of the students are engaged. The worst thing is that it's at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. twice a week. So that's not the greatest, but at least I don't have a lot of load with grading homework. Although I am also a grader for another class, which I willingly did for a little bit of money. That class is also actually quite interesting. It's about Sperner theory, so uses of Sperner's lemma. It's actually directed to like business majors and non-math people. It's called Ideas in Mathematics, but the actual subject is actually really, really cool, and the professor gave me some of his write-ups, which are at a more advanced level and talk about some of the applications of Sperner's lemma. Might make a video about that. Tell me if you're interested, because it is really a very cool combinatorics problem, and it has a lot of surprising applications like Brouwer's fixed point theorem, which you can actually prove constructively using Sperner's lemma. So if you know Brouwer's fixed point theorem, the normal proof is not constructive in any manner, and you can actually do it constructively using combinatorics, which I think is pretty crazy. So that's a lot of workload, and honestly, when I was a TA back at the Technion, I didn't have to grade, I only had to grade exams, I didn't have to grade homework, which adds a lot more workload, but that's better than the alternative, which was me TAing multivariable calculus. Luckily, I got out of that. I actually traded TAing multivariable calculus, which would mostly be just sitting in on quizzes and grading, but multivariable calculus is my enemy. It was my least favorite class. Well, technically, calculus and manifolds that I did in undergrad is one of my lower grades. I'm not interested in going back there. So 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday is good for me, as long as I don't have to do multivariable analysis. Single variable analysis and functional analysis and all that stuff is perfectly fine. So that's been taking up quite a bit of my time. So that's pretty much what I'm doing during the semester. The second thing I did during the summer, which was during the July, I TA'd for 3 weeks a summer academy at Penn for high schoolers. We did a lot of fun, cool math. We did some graph theory, Euler characteristics, games on graphs. We talked about the Euler characteristic on shapes a little bit more in depth and did some algebraic topology, if you could call it that, using triangulations and things like that. We talked about difference equations. We talked about a little bit about linear algebra, and we talked about group theory. And we actually gave every student a Rubik's Cube, and we gave them a few fun problems, which are group theoretic problems about the Rubik's Cube. So for example, if you'd like a challenge problem, consider the group of permutations of a Rubik's Cube, of valid permutations. You have the center, that's the set of all elements that commute with everything else. What is the center of the Rubik's Cube? And you can actually compute this explicitly with a little bit of group theory and a little bit of facts about the Rubik's Cube. But that's the kind of thing we did. It was great fun. It was also quite a bit of money, which was nice. But mostly I did it just because I really enjoyed teaching. It was a lot of fun. I mostly just gave hints and worked with these students while they were working on these problems. A lot of very, very bright students, so I didn't try to give them too many hints. A lot of them came up with solutions for these fairly difficult problems on their own. I would do it again. It's just 1 TA per summer, so I'll probably not get to do it again. But there are plenty of summer programs, and I'm hoping that maybe this summer I'll be able to teach my own course, which later year grad students can actually do. So that's mostly what's been going on with me. I'll hopefully be seeing you more often in the coming future. Feel free to leave any suggestions or ideas for videos or things you'd like to see for this channel. And until next time, do some cool math. I'll see you.